Hey guys, welcome back to Crafts Go Bloom. My name is Krista, and today we are going to be looking at everything I crocheted in the month of May. Now, everything behind me, if you've already seen it, is from my Everything I Crocheted in April video, so if you haven't watched that, go check it out. I crocheted over 100 items in April of 2023. And today I'm going to be showing you the first part of what I crocheted in May of 2023 because I'm going to be having upcoming markets and things, and so I want to show you before I sell out of things. So first up, I have four of these chunky mushrooms. Oops. They're kind of falling all over the place, but this is a free pattern on Instagram that I can link below. It works up super quickly. I think it takes me about 45 minutes, and I know that these are really popular, so I'm really excited about this one. Next up, if you watched my last video, I have yet another chicken. This is the same chicken pattern that I show up here. I just made it in a different colorway and was practicing putting on yarn eyes. And then I made this chicken out of my own pattern in a Bernat variegated, I think it's called Toasted Almond, if I remember right. I'll put the name of it down on the screen, but I really love it. And eventually I will have a video tutorial for this, and it will be in my Etsy shop. But this is a completely no-sew pattern, and I wanted to film this because these are going to be getting shipped off pretty soon, but I used yarn eyes because they're going to a house with little kids. I know that they have babies in the house. And to go along with that, I have two chicks, and this is also a pattern I wrote that will be out soon on YouTube and in Etsy. And then I also made a chick in the variegated yarn just so I could see what that would turn out like. And I'm really loving how these different colors come together. And the last thing I made for the first week of May was my daughter's idea, and that is this leggy frog keychain. This pattern is meant to look like these back here in like a Bernat blanket type yarn, but my daughter said I should try it out in the tiny yarn because I love taking patterns that are meant for a chunky yarn and making it in a worsted weight, and the other way around too, taking patterns that are tiny and worsted weight and making them in a chunky yarn. So this is by Not Jaded Co, K-N-O-T, Not Jaded Co, and it is on Etsy. I'll link it below. You should definitely check it out. So that's everything for the first week of May, and then I will be coming back and adding what I've made throughout the month. So I will see you then. So welcome back to part 2 of this video. I know you just got done with part 1, but about a month has passed by again. But let's get right back into it. I'm going to start with larger items and work my way to smaller items just because the larger items are at the top of the basket. So the next couple things on my list are these chickens that I made. This is my pattern, and I'll have all the patterns linked below. I made a tutorial for this, and I made this white chicken in the tutorial that is here on my YouTube channel. Next, I have these mushrooms, which are about the size of my head. You can see in the background here, I've got this smaller version. And also, my background has changed. I'm setting up for a market in about 2 weeks, and I just thought it would be fun to film in front of all of this hard work. So I've got one of the large red mushrooms, and then I made the same pattern in this variegated yarn. Up next are these llama amas, and these are like a lovey, so they don't have any stuffing on the inside, just in their head. And I did not use safety eyes, so these are safe for younger children. I made 2 of this fish pattern. This is a no-sew pattern, which I always love, and these are just surface crocheted on. Next I have Lucy the Lammy. Now this pattern is made, I made this a little different than the pattern. It is actually written to sew on the arms and the legs. I just don't enjoy sewing parts on, so I crocheted them on and I left the body empty like a lovey. Next up, I have smaller mushrooms, and this is a free pattern on Instagram. And I made 4 of these, actually. Next up is my Chip the Chick pattern, and I was also making these in a YouTube video that is on my channel, and this is made to match the chicken pattern as well. So they're very similar, just a different size. And I've even seen somebody take the comb from this pattern and put it on the chick, and you end up with tiny chickens, which I'm really excited to try. I missed one. I made another little tan chick. I also made this watermelon that I did during my video tutorial for how to make this, and I made it in worsted weight, and it turned out kind of curved on top. I wasn't expecting that. The original pattern is written for chunky yarn, which is what you can see down here in the bottom, and it makes this much larger, like pillow-sized plushie. I finished 3 of my cat pattern, also a tutorial on my YouTube channel, and these I just made as cats. This one is the Bernat Blanket sparkle yarn, and this one, it's hard to tell, but the nose and the ears are also made with sparkle yarn. But then on this one, I changed the stripes to make it look more like a tiger. I was busy making tons of pattern tutorial videos this past month, so I also made this Cat in America. This is the one that I made in the video tutorial, so that's on my channel if you'd like to find that. And then I also made this cat bee in a video tutorial if you want to go find that on my channel. And again, everything will be linked below, and I've got tutorial playlist. You can watch through all the things that you can make with me. Up next is a pattern that's not mine, and it is this cute little penguin. I made the top in Bernat Blanket Sparkle. It's so hard to get it to show up on camera, but when you see this yarn in person, it's really sparkly, and I really like that. I'd really like to make more of these for my upcoming market. This was a really fun pattern, but I just have the one for now. Up next, I have keychains that I made for my market. This is all made out of Premier Just Chenille yarn from the Dollar Tree in America. And this is the aqua blue color gummy bear. This is a free pattern on Instagram by Hooking Hand Creations. Same thing here. Everything, the rest of everything that I've made for this video is going to be made out of that Premier Just Chenille from Dollar Tree. And this is a pattern by Katie Being Creative. She also has a YouTube channel. And my daughter added some beads to the top of this one. But this is her mini frog that's free on her Instagram as well. Up next, I have 2 of this chunky frog that is a paid pattern on Etsy by Katie Being Creative. I just decided to make it in smaller yarn, but in Bernat Blanket, it turns out to be a handheld size. I just happen to have some sitting here. Up next are Leggy Frog keychains, and some of them have a grumpy smile and some of them have a happy smile. And then my daughter added beads that it says HUGS, hugs, because these frogs with their grumpy faces just look hilarious. Their arms can cross and they just look angry, so she put the word hugs on top of both of these, so I think they're going to be really cute at the market. Next up, I made 4 different keychains. This is my cat pattern that I was showing you earlier, and this is what it looks like when you make it in that smaller yarn. So I've got a blue one. This one is pink and has some stripes on the top, and I think it looks like pink lemonade. An orange one, and I did a zigzag stripe on the top of that one. That turned out cute. And then here is a yellow one with a pink face. And I did one more out of the scrap yarn that I had left over, and it turned out like this. And I think it sort of looks like a candy corn cat. I think it turned out pretty well. I was kind of challenging myself, how many things could I make out of just those, I think I had five or six skeins of that Dollar Tree yarn. Up next, I have more of this mushroom, and it is the same mushroom that you see down there. It's just in that Just Chenille, and then this is actually Big Twist Cuddle, and then this is a Bernat blanket, so you can see the size difference on those. But same pattern, just turns out cute in these cute little keychains. So I have the orange one. I also made a pink one. I have a blue one. And last I have a yellow one. Now the last thing I made for the month of May is this jellyfish that I turned into a keychain, or like a backpack buddy larger one. This is a free pattern on Instagram, and I was using up all my different colors and starting to run out, and so I decided to make some different color changes on this one, and I think it turned out pretty cute. Thanks for hanging out for this yarn haul. If you've enjoyed it, leave a comment below with just the word yarn. Type in yarn and let me know that you've been having fun while we're hanging out on this channel. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!